This video may well be a belter. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're going to change the belts on this Panda W10i, and depending on the results we may well change the belts on the Maxell as well. So you'll remember that we did some tests and checks comparing the two decks, and essentially they're the same, but the belts in the W10i, to my thinking, were not as good a quality as in the Maxell. So I contacted Matt over at DeckTeck, and he's actually supplied some test samples that we can actually do a swap and to see if what difference that does make, if any. It would be quite interesting, but it would be quite nice as well to, as time goes on, to be able to get good W10i belts and belts for the Maxell as well, because essentially these are the same decks. Now interestingly, well, I say interestingly, he's provided two different sets of belts, one for the Maxell, one for the Panda, and that's because when I did the videos the measurements were slightly different. Now I did measure them quite haphazardly, so fair enough, you know, I'm going to get different results, but it'll be interesting as well to try the mix of belts that I have and to see what difference that makes. So I do now have a proper alignment set, 3000 hertz. I've done a review of this against the homebrew version in a previous video, and it was interesting actually, the results between the two. I would trust this far more than I would trust the homebrew one, despite all the claims and the calibration, all the rest of it that the seller has done. So it'll be interesting as well to actually test, before I do anything else, actually test the this tape and to see what the wow flutter is before, and then we'll compare it with after, and we'll swap the belts and see what happens. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so I'm running it, and I don't know if you can hear that. It's sounding pretty rough. It almost does sound like the belts or a belt is slipping. Now I can't remember if this actually was the one that I was a bit dubious on the clutch, or whether it was that really cheap and nasty one that I bought, just as sort of a comparison. But yeah, I mean, you can sort of see, let's just put it to 1%, just how all over the place that is. And just give it a little bit more volume. So, but that sort of noise from the belt, that suggests to me that wow flutter's going to be bad. And I mean, there is a little bit of a delay on what you're seeing on the meter, but it almost, the needle is almost moving in sympathy with the noise. And it doesn't matter, let's just put it right down. I mean, there's no way to make it better. I've gone up to 0.6 then for a second. So, we're looking at about 0.4 0.5 fluctuation. So yeah, okay, let's change the belts and see what difference it makes. And yeah, maybe just double check that clutch as well. So yeah, let's crack on. Out of interest, I thought I'd just test right at the end of the cassette, so less influence possibly from the clutch, but it's just different, and that's made marginal difference. So I don't know whether you can hear the tone is actually does sound a little bit rough, maybe a little bit more steady, but you can hear like little just warbles and changes. So yeah, it's not good. So we have the joy of actually taking this apart. It's a little bit hairy. Just making a note of where that spring goes as well, because I seem to remember I have issues with that. It tends to fall off on this where it doesn't so much on the Maxell. So anyway, you've got to put I just wonder if there was a trick to this. I don't think there is. So let's get a flat blade screwdriver in there and lift it up and sort of close the door a bit on it, and that seems to let it open it up enough to get it at least a little bit open. I'll just it's got a bit of a slant going on the actual arms, so it makes it quite difficult to actually get these off with it fully open. It sort of stops it from coming off, so it is quite tricky. There we go. And there's only so many times I'm going to be able to do this before the little lugs break off. I wouldn't be surprised I do it this time. It's a shame because otherwise they're quite repairable, but it's just that then the spring comes out, or should come out. Yeah, they're quite repairable otherwise, but it's just getting this door off is just not great. And it's one thing that very cheap deck had in its favour actually, was it was very easy to take apart. Yeah, you can sort of see the lugs are starting to get quite damaged. Okay, so you may remember that I'd forgotten about that actually. One of the screws, the head was not that great, and I sort of damaged it more trying to get it out with a proper screwdriver. So yeah, I had to change bits for a flat blade just to get that one out. Don't know what to do about that this time, but I'm not going to be putting that back in. So take the back off, and there we have it in all its glory. So it's such a nice design. I do like it. So I haven't put the stickers on the front yet. Got a load of stickers. So W10. So this is based off that original video when I measured the belts. Quite, like I say, it was quite haphazard. I could do with a proper belt measurement template or something. So he's put a few in here actually, which is great, just to sort of, well, I say a few. So we've got a few to go at. So I seem to remember this one was the shorter one. They're just almost gooey already. They just don't feel great. Yeah, so this is the shorter one. This is a slightly longer one. Let's just press play. Yeah, so there is a clutch. I don't think you can see that. If you look in there, see the top gear is moving and the bottom gear isn't, and I'm holding the spool. So there is a clutch. So that's really good. That's great. Okay, so you see that it's not the greatest shape, but I would say that is a good belt. Definitely a little bit thinner. Be interested to see the difference that makes. And then that one and that one. That one's a bit bigger. So I go with the bit bigger one first, and we'll do a test and just see. It's slightly crossed. I want to give this every chance possible. Okay, so that's not crossed now. And then we'll put this belt on. It does feel quite a bit thinner. I don't know whether that's gonna necessarily be a good thing or not. Oh, I actually managed to get that on without crossing it. Okay, so let's put the test tape back in and see how it performs. Okay, so testing it, you can actually see it's actually worse, I think. Oh, it is worse. Interesting that the speed has dropped quite considerably as well. So yeah, I mean we're hitting 1. I mean it's not good. So let's just tweak the speed. A bit on the far side. That'll do. Okay, so how are we looking? .6. Peak. 0.36. RMS. 0.4. It is all over the place. That noise is not good. think it's actually the pinch roller, you know. I think it is. Okay. That's not impressive, is it? At all. I think the pinch roller is the biggest problem. But the belts are fine. I mean, it's no worse than it was with the old belts, but let's just see how. Yeah, you see there. Yeah, maybe that belt is a bit thin. Because it's quite easy. Well, I say it's quite easy. It's not really loading down the motor when I stop it, so okay. Yeah, I might just try the belts that came with the, well, for the Maxell to see what they're like. Okay, so W10 are back in their packet, and I'm going to try. So I've got large belts there for real drive. There we go, that's gone nicely into place. I'm going to use the thicker belt for, oh, that feels really good. These are such good belts, you know. I mean, I've got personal stereos, like the kids have personal stereos, have one each. And they both use DeckTeck belts, which they've had in for quite a while, and they're still really good. So yeah, very worried about those lugs, you know. Getting quite white at the end of them. But yeah, so I suppose give this a test. I do really think we've got issues with that pinch roller. But anyway, yeah, let's give it a test. Okay, so let's get these belts tested. I'll probably take a little bit, just let's get it up to 1% again. Actually, we start the software each time, to be fair. That actually seems, overall, that's actually better. I mean, it does seem better. Let's just listen to it. Yeah. It does seem to suit those. These belts seem to suit better. Speed is a little bit out. I always turn it the wrong way. But you can see the sort of speed fluctuation there as well. I mean, obviously, well, on flutter, but yeah. I mean, that pinch roller is still pretty noisy. I don't think it's quite as bad as it was, but I think I might give it a clean and just sort of test that. So yeah, let's crack on. So yeah, I've cleaned the pinch roller, and actually it was really very mucky, but it's still noisy. Hasn't really made much difference. So I think I would like to change that pinch roller. I have had a look, and I haven't got any of those types. I wouldn't be surprised I can actually get this as a complete assembly, because it looks pretty standard, and it's just a clip-on. The worst thing by the looks of it is actually getting to it, whether you need to take out the whole deck. There's a screw there, there's a screw down there, which I can probably get to. You can see the plastic split there, actually. That's interesting. But it also looks like there's a couple of screws here and here. And I don't know whether the mid frame comes off first and then you take the deck out, or how it actually does come apart. So I may well do that in a future video and maybe get another pinch roller. The thing is how good is that pinch roller going to be? Because they are just literally mass produced and not necessarily of the highest quality, but it might be fun to try. We do have a thinner belt, but I would say this thicker belt is the way to go. These two belts for both the W10i and the Maxell are going to be the ones to go for, because it has improved wound flutter, and they're good sturdy belts. I mean, that's really slowing down the motor. That's almost grinding to a halt, and that's what you want. It's got good grip, it's got good contact with all the surfaces, but it isn't too thick, so it isn't riding on top, or sort of out of the actual section on the spools. So that looks really good. So I'll recommend these as a set for Matt, so he can actually provide belts for both the W10 and the Maxell. They'll be exactly the same as the Maxell. So I think what I'll do now, I'm going to finish the video now. I will try and source a whole pinch roller, either the pinch roller just on its own or the pinch roller assembly, which I'd probably prefer in some ways. So I'm not sort of messing about with it, distorting it in any shape, way, shape or form. But yeah, if I can just sort of like swap that pinch roller and just see if that makes any difference, because you know, even with a clean, I was so, in some ways, so pleased to see this so mucky. I thought, oh yeah, that's probably going to make a big difference, but it hasn't really. But the belts have marginally improved things, which is actually quite astounding given the quality of the deck. So yeah, definitely recommend those. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, a bit of a short one, and lots and lots to come. I'm not actually taking fresh repairs at the moment. I am so out of space, it's unreal. I'm working on about 7 different machines at once, and yeah, there will be videos on those machines coming out in the next few weeks. CVC decks, got a DVC Pro, more going on with that, or those, and a couple of HF 950s as well, and we've got CVC decks as well. Probably one that you may recognize from another channel as well we'll be looking at. So yeah, just as a brief video that'll be, but yeah, so make sure you subscribe. It'd be absolutely fantastic if you could support the channel. Really do need it at the moment, because I want to grow the channel and I want to actually get somewhere nice to do repairs rather than just in the corner of an attic room. Might improve some the production as well, you never know. But with that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much as well to the donations I've had on Ko-fi. Really appreciate those. And I'm going to have to start putting names on the videos of people that have donated, because it really is appreciated. It really does help. Yeah, it costs a lot to make these videos, to be fair, and I never make back anywhere near what I spent to make them. But anyway, yeah, that's not a rant, it's just a fact of life, isn't it? So with that, see you in another video. Bye for now.